Of the 4 Pilsners that I bought, I have 2 left to compare. Did a round robin type of comparison that included Paulaner Pilsner Urquell, or Urquell, Brooklyn Pilsner, which is what prompted me to start this whole thing, and the Tank, La Playita from Miami. It was listed as a Czech Pilsner on Total Wine where I bought it, but it's listed as a German Pilsner on Beer Advocate. This was listed as a German Pilsner on Total Wine where I bought it, but on Beer Advocate it's listed as an American lager. Well, so what we see is the Brooklyn Pilsner is a little bit darker, and the head, it hasn't retained its head like La Playita. La Playita had 1 win and 1 loss. It lost to Paulaner, but it won against Pilsner Urquell. Brooklyn Pilsner has 2 wins against both Paulaner and Pilsner Urquell. So, we'll see. Are we going to have a beer that has 3 wins and no losses? Well, there's one possibility of that happening. That's the Brooklyn Pilsner. Well, I just realized something. That head, as soon as that head reaches my lip, I'm going to know what it is what. Let's see if I can drink this without feeling the head of the foam. I think that's the one with the foam. This is a good beer. This is La Playita, I believe. Although it's got some sourness. It's got quite a bit of sourness, some lemon juice type of sourness to it. And some bitterness. I'm switching places because I think this is La Playita. Interesting. That has some sourness as well. I might as well open my eyes because I know which one is which. And I was right. So it's just a matter now of choosing a winner. There's some sourness to this, and there's some more sourness to this. I'm surprised that this beat Paulaner, because I just had a Paulaner, and I'm thinking that I liked it better than like this. But as I've said many times, my taste can change, my mood can change. What I might like now might be different from what I liked tomorrow or what I liked yesterday. Let's take a look at these notes that I wrote down. La Playita. La Playita has a score of 86 on Beer Advocate and an ABV of 5.1. It's hop accented. They say it's where German tradition meets U.S. craft innovation. Now that was a good swallow there. Now let's see, the Brooklyn Pilsner. It's a score of 83 on Beer Advocate, so this is not rated as high as this according to the Beer Advocate bros. Listed as an American lager on Beer Advocate, even though they call it a Pilsner, and Total Wine calls it a Pilsner, a German Pilsner. Supposedly the flavors of this are soda cracker, a medium hop bitterness, some sourness, metallic, metallic. Perhaps. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe it's a bit metallic. Citrusy, yeah, a little bit. Stone fruit. Now I don't know what stone fruit tastes like. Herbal, bittersweet, and a hop aftertaste. There's a lot more description associated with this one than with this one. That's quite a bit more sour than this one. This one's got some more hoppy bitterness on the finish. This one's slightly more citrusy. Now, what about floral? Do any of these seem to be have a floral taste to it? Well, not really that I could detect. So La Playita just talks about hops. Doesn't really give much of a description from reviewers. Brooklyn Pilsner. The only has herbal. Somebody said it was herbal. Had some herbalness to it. So let's see if I can pick up any type of herbality. I would say this is definitely more grassy. Now, I've mentioned grassiness before, and I can imagine what grass tastes like, but I don't think I've ever tasted it, and I'm not sure what it tastes like. But if I had to imagine what it would taste like, then this is what I imagine. Maybe I should go out in the yard and eat some grass, just so I know what it tastes like, and then I'd be able to use that as a reference point. What do you think? I don't think it's a good idea. But I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give this one to the Brooklyn Pilsner 3-0. 3 wins, 0 losses. La Playita, 2 losses, 1 win. Palina, 2 losses, 1 win. Is that right? No, Palina, 1 win, 2 wins, 1 loss. So Palina beat this one and Pilsner Urquell. Pilsner Urquell, 3 losses, which is surprising, very surprising to me. All right, let's get this mixture done over with. So we're going to add some sourness and grassiness to the Brooklyn Pilsner. Let's see how it affects it. It's pretty good. I think this could be better than La Playita, and maybe better than the Brooklyn Pilsner. Because the Brooklyn Pilsner was sweet, Didn't have that much bitterness. It had some, but whatever bitterness that came with this doesn't seem to have overwhelmed this Brooklyn Pilsner. Overall, I would say the Brooklyn Pilsner is a pretty good beer. It's not something I would avoid ever. Now there's some sourness to this. There is some grassiness to this. So if I was out somewhere and they had this and they had another beer, another Pilsner, then I'd probably, well, depending on what the other Pilsner is, I'd probably get it, or even lager, unless it was Budweiser. I mean, if they had this and all they had, if they had this and the only other beers they had were adjunct lagers, then I would definitely get this. But if they had this and they had a Paulaner or any German beers such as Hofbräu or Weihenstephan, then I would get the German beer. Because this is the grassiness and the sourness isn't my top choice. Okay. So there we have it. We went through the final results of these 4 beers, with Brooklyn Pilsner coming out on top. This one tying with Paulaner at 2 wins and 1 loss each. And Pilsner Urquell coming in last, which is a surprise. It is 3 losses. But like you saw in the previous videos, if you watched them, it could have been a bad batch or something. I don't know. But I'm surprised. I really am. I didn't expect it to lose 3 times. I figured it would be 2 wins, 1 loss, or 3 wins at best. Of course, it would have to be at best because you can't get any better at that. So, poor Pilsner Urquell. And I'll say now, in closing, that although Pilsner Urquell has lost 3 times, that doesn't mean it's a bad beer, because I've stated this in the previous videos where I compared it, that I've had it before. It was very good. It usually did very well in beer comparison videos against other beers. In fact, one of my favorite beers is the Czech Budweiser, and when I did Pilsner Urquell against Czech Budweiser, I found it very difficult to tell the difference or to pick one out as which one I preferred, but it happened to be the Czech Budweiser is the one that I chose over Pilsner Urquell. And the Czech Budweiser is one of my favorite beers, and it almost always wins when I do a comparison with other beers. When I did a 32 beer triple elimination bracket, Czech Budweiser almost won the whole shebang, the whole shamil, or whatever you want to call it. Eventually, Hofbräu Original won that. So that's why, and Pilsner Urquell did very well too. But you know, in that beer bracket, you had to lose 3 times before you were eliminated. And some of these beers, they would go through the bracket, win, and lose, but eventually, to lose 3 times, you had to go through a lot of different beers. And Pilsner Urquell did very well, but it didn't win. So, it surprises me. All right, let's end this now.